Welcome to Dragon Horde Gaming, and today we'll be opening the last one of the Commander 2019 Primal Genesis. Alright, here we go. This is... Got our oversized card right here. Pop right out. There we go. Oop, bump the camera. Here we go. That's it. Alright. We got the deck box. We got our little info for the characters and how to play Commander. We got the Commander deck itself. And yeah. I've got a couple decks that I've made myself that I think I will probably open in this, not open, but show off in a later video. I got a Sliver deck and a Super Friends deck that I think are pretty good. Alright, here we go. We got, let's do this. Half the deck now, half the deck later. We got Garrid, Conclave Exile, cost 5, 2 generic, a red, a green, and a white. When Garrid Conclave Exile enters battlefield, create a 4/4 green rhino creature token with trample. Whenever Garrid attacks, populate. The token enters battlefield tapped and attacking. Altala Palani Nest Tinder, cost 4, 1 generic, a red, a green, and a white. Pay 2, tap, create a 0/1 green egg creature token with Defender. Whenever an egg you control dies, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature card. Put that card into the battlefield and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Now, I hear a lot of people saying that any egg will do this, including Dragon Egg. But the card Dragon Egg, its creature type is Dragon, not Egg. So I don't know if that's going to be like, yeah, they fix it and it's going to be a actual egg creature type, or what's going to go on with that. There is the dragon that makes the dragon egg tokens, which, since the name is also the creature type, then yeah, I think that will be work with this card. Whenever an egg you control... Did I already read that? Yeah. Let's go over it again. Whenever an egg you control dies, reveal cards from the top of your library. Till you reveal a creature card, put the card onto the battlefield and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Marishi, Breaker of the Coil, cost 4, 1 generic, a red, a green, and a white. Your opponents can't cast spells during combat. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, goad each creature that player controls. Till your next turn, those creatures attack each combat if able, and attack a player other than you if able. Alright. We got our tokens. We got these tokens, a lot of... just one of tokens, apparently. It's the other side. Oh, there's the eggs. Oh, is the other side of all these just going to be eggs? Oh, nope. We got worms. We got these type, not the kind that a cat might get. We got sculptures. We got horror. We got a dragon. All right. We got our uncommons here. We got Cliffside Rescuer, Hate Mirage, Voice of Many, Scare Tiller, Intangible Virtue, Rock Egg. Okay, so it does have the egg creature type in this one, so I guess they rectify all that. Rootbound Defense, Trostani's Judgment, Beast Within, Colossal Majesty, Cultivate, Druid's Deliverance, Elemental Bond, Explore, Farseek, Garruk's Pack Leader, Harmonize, Secure Tribe Elder, Slice in Twain, Naya Charm, Sundering Growth, Vitrugazi Guildmage, Lightning Greaves, which is really nice reprint. I didn't actually have a Lightning Greaves. We got a Soul Ring. We got the basic lands here, separating out some rare cards. We got Commander's Insignia, cost 4, 2 generic, 2 white. Creatures you control get +1/+1 for each time you cast your commander from the command zone this game. Alright, let's move these out of the way so the camera doesn't get confused again. We got Doom Artisan. It costs 3, 2 generic and white. Sculptures you control can't attack or block. At the beginning of your end step, create a colorless sculpture artifact creature token with this creature's power and toughness are each equal to the number of sculptures you control. Song of the World Soul. Yeah. Cost 6, 4 generic, 2 white. Whenever you cast a spell, populate. Garrod's Belligerence. Cost X and 2 red. Garrod's Belligerence deals X damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures. Whenever a creature dealt damage this way dies this turn, populate. This would work really good with this commander here. The egg tender. The nest tender. We got Tectonic Hellion for cost 7, 5 generic, 2 red. Haste. Whenever Tectonic Hellion attacks, each player who controls the most lands sacrifices 2 lands. It's an 8/5. Now, it's got a high mana cost. This is a kind of a crap card because you got this high mana cost. You're going to probably you cast this and be able to use it. You're probably the one with the most lands. So it's pretty much downside there, I believe. Full Flowering, 2x, 1 green, populate X times. Oran Frostfang, cost 5, 3 generic, 2 green. Attacking creatures you control have Death Touch. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Oh, it's got a huge toughness there. Selesnya Uologist. Cost 3, 2 generic and green. Pay 3, 2 generic and green. Exile target creature card from a graveyard, then populate. Tangrath, the First Mate. Cost 4, 2 generic, a red and a green. Tangrath, First Mate can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. Whenever an opponent attacks with 1 or more creatures, if Tangrath is tapped, you may have that opponent gain control of Tangrath until into combat. If you do, choose a player or planeswalker that opponent is attacking. Tangrath is attacking that player or planeswalker. Idol of Oblivion, cost 2 generic. Tap, draw a card, activate this ability only if you created a token this turn. Pay 8, tap, sacrifice Idol of Oblivion, create a 10/10 colorless Eldrazi creature token. Alright. Then we got Angel of Sanction. Cost 5, 3 generic, 2 white, flying. When Angel of Sanction enters the battlefield, you may exile target non-land permanent an opponent controls until Angel of Sanction leaves the battlefield. Embalm for 6, 5 generic and 1 white. Exile this card from your graveyard. Create a token that's a copy of it, except it's a white zombie angel with no mana cost. Embalm only as a sorcery. Wingmate Rock, cost 5, 3 generic, 2 white. Flying. When Wingmate Rock enters the battlefield, if you attacked with a creature this turn, create a 3/4 white bird creature token with flying. Whenever Wingmate Rock attacks, you gain 1 life for each attacking creature. We got Dragon Master Outcast for 1 red. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 6 or more lands, create a 5/5 red dragon creature token with flying. Feldon of the Third Path. Costs 3, 1 generic, 2 red. Ability costs 3, 2 generic and a red. Tap, create a token that's a copy of target creature card in a graveyard, except it's an artifact. In addition to its other types, it gains haste. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. Now, I do believe that it gains haste and sacrifice it are not part of the token's abilities. So if you populate that token, then that token that you populated will the populated token would stay on the field. We've got Garruk, Primal Hunter, cost 5, 2 generic, 3 green. Pay 1, create a 3/3 green beast creature token. -3, draw cards equal to the greatest power among creatures you control. -6, create a 6/6 green worm creature token for each land you control. Now, this one actually feels like it's geared for this deck, unlike the other ones. The other ones seem to have been just tossed in there. They don't seem to work well with real well with the deck's main commander. Got Giant Adaphage, which costs 7, 5 generic, 2 green. Trample. Whenever Giant Adaphage deals combat damage to a player, create a token that's a copy of Giant Adaphage. It's 7/7. Soul of Zendikar with new art. Costs 6, 4 generic, 2 green. It's got reach. Pay 5, 3 generic, 2 green. Create a 3/3 green beast creature token. Then activate this ability is for 5, 3 generic, 2 green. Exile Soul of Innistrad from your graveyard. Create a 3/3 green beast creature token. Tristani, Selesnia's Voice. Cost 2 green, 2 white. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain life equal to that creature's toughness. Pay 3, 1 generic, a green and a white. Tap, populate. Desolation Twin. Cost 10 generic. When you cast this spell, create a 10/10 colorless Eldrazi creature token. Hour of Reckoning. Cost 7, 4 generic, 3 white. Convoke. Destroy all non-token creatures. Phyrexian Rebirth. Cost 6, 4 generic, 2 white. Destroy all creatures. Then create a XX colorless horror artifact creature token where X is the number of creatures destroyed this way. Flame Rush Rider. Cost 5, 4 generic and red. When Flame Rush Rider attacks, create a token that's a copy of another target attacking creature, and that's tapped and attacking. Exile that token at the end of combat. Dash for 4, 2 generic and 2 red. Heart Piercer Manticore. Cost 4, 2 generic, 2 red. When Heart Piercer Manticore enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, Heart Piercer Manticore deals damage equal to that creature's power to any target. Embalm 6, 5 generic and red. Fresh Meat. Cost 4, 3 generic and a green. Create a 3/3 green beast creature token for each creature put into your graveyard from the battlefield this turn. Monumentous Fall. Cost 4, 2 generic, 2 green. Instant, as an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice a creature. You draw cards equal to sacrifice creature's power. Then you gain life equal to its toughness. Rampaging Barloths. Cost 6, 4 generic, 2 green. Trample, landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may create a 4/4 green beast creature token. Second Harvest. Cost 4, 2 generic, 2 green. For each token you control, create a token that's a copy of that permanent. Shamanic Revelations. Cost 5, 3 generic, 2 green. Draw a card for each creature you control. Ferocious. You gain 4 life for each creature you control with power 4 or greater. Throg Tusk. Cost 5, 4 generic and green. When Throg Tusk enters battlefield, you gain 5 life. When Throg Tusk leaves the battlefield, create a 3/3 green beast creature token. Amaria Tandris. Costs 7, 5 generic, a green and a white. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to creature tokens you control. Growing Ranks. Cost 4, 2 generic, and 2 hybrid green-white. At the beginning of your upkeep, populate. Wayfaring Temple. Cost 3, 1 generic, green and a white. Wayfaring Temple's power and toughness each equal to the number of creatures you control. Whenever Wayfaring Temple deals combat damage to a player, populate. Mimic Fat. Cost 3 generic. Imprint. Whenever a non-token creature dies, you may exile that card. If you do, return each other card exiled with Mimic Vat to its owner's graveyard. Pay 3 generic, tap, create a token that's a copy of a card exiled with Mimic Vat. It gains haste. Exile it at the beginning of the next end step. Soul Foundry. Cost 4 generic, imprint. When Soul Foundry enters battlefield, you may exile a creature card from your hand. X, tap. Create a token that's a copy of the exiled card. X is the converted mana cost of that card. We've got Cinder Glade, which is a mountain forest. Cinder Glade enters battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or more basic lands. Exotic Orchard. Add 1 mana of any color to that a land an opponent controls could produce. Gargoyle Castle. Taps for colorless. Pay 5. Tap, sacrifice Gargoyle Castle, create a 3/4 colorless Gargoyle artifact creature token with flying. Sungrass Prairie. Pay 1, tap, add green and white. Plains, Mountain, Forest, Ash Barrens, Blossoming Sands, Boros Garrison, Command Tower, Evolving Wilds, Grape Pelt Refuge. Is that rare? No, it's uncommon. Gruel Turf, Jungle Shrine, Kazudu Refuge, Croson Verge, Married Landscape, Naya Panorama, Rogue's Passage, Rugged Highland, Silesia Sanctuary, Terramorphic Expanse. Alright, that was the Primal Genesis Commander deck. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Good luck with your openings, and goodbye.